CTV News with Carlyle Fiset.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with extensive damage to a South London home after a fire broke out. Emergency responders say they received numerous 911 calls about the fire on Lenore Street. They say there were heavy flames on the first floor near the front of the home. No injuries were reported, but initially they say they weren't sure if anyone was inside.
Our actions were to aggressively attack the fire and do those searches as quickly as possible to ensure nobody was inside that we needed to rescue. Of the 8 people, we are now working with Red Cross to work on temporary lodgings for these individuals and provide them the supports that they required.
A local landmark restaurant is about to close after more than 40 years in business. The owners say they've been forced into this situation. Their land expropriated by the city for the bus rapid transit project. As Daryl Newcomb reports, the timeline for the takeover is still uncertain.
We're not ready to stop. We haven't been ready to stop. We're just being stopped.
Curry's is being forced to close after more than 40 years in London. The groundbreaking restaurant and its landmark, brightly colored building will soon be a victim of the road widening to accommodate bus rapid transit on Wellington. Its owners, the Cicadias, are overwhelmed by the response they're receiving from customers in the restaurant and on social media.
We've had so many generations of families coming here. Every day now it's sad when I see customers and they come see us and we're like, we're not going to be here.
We get so many people that say this is the first Indian restaurant that they were at. It's the first Indian food they had, and that it was the first Indian experience.
That includes Bud Carter, a customer since Curry's was located on Horton Street in the mid-1980s.
It's sad. It is sad. This restaurant has been a great restaurant in the community, and these folks are just the best, and it's hitting them pretty hard.
Only a few doors down, the BRT construction project is gradually making its way south along Wellington. The Curry's building has to go, but the key question is when. Although Curry's has announced its final day will be on November 30th, this expropriation notice sent from City Hall sets a November 10th deadline.
We get expropriation notices like 3-4 weeks ago, and with the date on it, and by the time we talk to our lawyer and get clarification, time's already almost up.
We're just looking for some more communication on how to execute this a little bit better so that it's fair.
CTV News asked the city if it could offer some flexibility about the date, but Civic Administration was tight-lipped in a one-sentence response. Quote, "The city cannot comment publicly on this matter as there are ongoing discussions with the property owner's legal counsel."
It's just been a lot to handle. It's pushed us into a little bit of a corner in the decisions that we make.
Curry's will be providing updates on its website and social media. Daryl Newcomb, CTV News.
A rally outside the Thames Valley School Board offices today. Demonstrators were voicing their opposition to police officers coming back into schools. Brian Bicknell has more on their vision for keeping schools police-free.
It is fundamentally a no to all forms of policing in school programs.
Their message was loud and delivered at the doorstep of the Thames Valley District School Board. About a dozen people making up the group Policing Free Schools rallied outside the board office Friday. They were protesting the provincial government's proposed Bill 33. If passed, it would give the province more oversight of school boards, including a mandate to put police back in school.
They cannot police their way into school safety, student safety, or student academic achievement.
Among the speakers, a Thames Valley School Board trustee and student trustee.
Police symbolize surveillance for students, and what we just need are resources and support, not police.
Both the Thames Valley and London Catholic District School Boards suspended their school resource officer programs in 2021. The Catholic Board has since voted to bring back a revamped version, but the Public Board voted against it.
The presence of SROs is triggering or re-traumatizing for some students.
In a statement, the Public Board said any decision to re-implement this program is at the discretion of the Ministry of Education. Meantime, the London Police Association says the goal of officers in schools is to build positive relationships.
Well, I think sometimes then the first contact youth may have with a police officer is in a negative connotation. You're dealing with the police in a moment of crisis, where if we can be in the schools and you build those relationships and that trust, I think it's a positive experience versus a negative experience.
This was the last of 10 rallies being held in centres across Ontario. The group plans to take its message straight to the Doug Ford government, though, with a major rally planned for Queen's Park on Monday. Brian Bicknell, CTV News.
London police officers will now patrol city buses on downtown and East End routes. Police announced the partnership with London Transit today. They say foot patrol officers will ride buses periodically during their shifts, an effort in crime prevention. They also encourage riders to speak with officers about any concerns they have when it comes to transit safety. London police say they're looking for 2 suspects after a man was shot with a BB gun last night in the East End. Police say they were called to Shelbourne Street for a reported trespassing. According to police, the victim was shot several times, suffering non-life-threatening injuries. They say 2 men then ran away, one of whom the victim knew, the other was a stranger. A sentencing hearing at the London courthouse today for the woman convicted of strangling her own mother to death. With more, here's Nick Paparella.
43-year-old Barbara Cabala kept wiping away tears as both the Crown and defense made arguments surrounding her sentence. Cabala was convicted of manslaughter in January in connection with the brutal death of her mother, 59-year-old Elzbieta Cabala. The court heard there had been a physical fight and argument between the mother and daughter in July of 2021 that ended up turning deadly. The mother suffered more than 50 injuries to her neck after being strangled by her daughter during the fight at the mum's townhouse on Wilkins Street. Crown attorney Cara Douglas argued that Cabala should receive a sentence of 10 years in prison, saying there's a need of denunciation for the killing of one's own mother. Cabala's lawyer, Jeff Snow, continued to argue that it was self-defense, saying that she should not go to jail, asking for a conditional sentence and probation. Barb Cabala was committing the assault on her mother to defend herself. Cabala remains free on bail. Justice Patricia Moore will hand down her sentencing decision in the case on February 3rd. Nick Paparella, CTV News.
Provincial police say one person was airlifted to hospital early this morning after a crash near Tillsonburg. According to OPP, there was just one vehicle involved about 4 kilometers south of Tillsonburg just after 1 a.m. Police say the driver has minor injuries, but the passenger's injuries are life-threatening. They also say the 23-year-old driver faces multiple impaired driving charges.
As we know, year after year, impaired driving is a leading cause in collisions that result in serious injuries or death. And something like this is preventable. And that is a message we'd like to send out to all motorists. Your decisions behind the wheel matter.
OPP say human remains have been found near Caledonia connected to a homicide investigation in Simcoe. According to police, an autopsy took place today determining the person's identity. Police say they had been looking for 49-year-old Robert Sykes, who went missing 2 weeks ago. Back on October 5th, police say they were called to a home in Simcoe where the body of a 71-year-old woman was discovered. Last week, police arrested a 45-year-old man, charging him with second-degree murder. Hundreds of winter coats were handed out today, the start of an annual campaign providing free winter gear for Londoners who might otherwise not have access. With more on the program and its impact, here's Rita Ismail.
I have 2 boys, go school today, don't have socks. Thank you so much for giving me socks, for giving my children everything.
Magdalene Ramsey is one of hundreds of people who walked through the doors of Goodwill on Horton Street today to get winter necessities for her family.
Thank you for Goodwill. Give clothes is free.
It's all a part of the annual winter coat giveaway organized through the Clothing Works program at Goodwill Industries. It provides people from all walks of life an opportunity to get a gently donated winter coat and accessories that they otherwise couldn't afford.
They're really grateful to be able to have a place where they can come in, where they're treated and they're seen and people are kind to them, and they get to take what they need, not just for themselves, but for every member of their family, and in a dignified way.
By noon, over 350 people had come through and 365 coats had been given out.
The need is overwhelming when you think about it, but I think that because of Goodwill and how we work, we have the capacity to collect a lot of coats from the community.
Organizers say the coats and accessories have all been donated by the local community over the past few months, cleaned, sanitized, and carefully organized for the giveaway.
I have come to look for my winter clothes together with my child.
The giveaway continues Saturday at Goodwill Industries, 255 Horton Street East. No registration is required. Residents can simply walk in and pick up what they need. Because sometimes a coat isn't just a coat, it's a fresh start. Look. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
The Saugeen Shores Council has announced a new affordable housing project. According to the municipality, 140 affordable units will be built on property owned by the town in Port Elgin. It's a partnership with a local developer, which will include a new park. There would be a mix of low-rise apartments and townhomes. No specific timeline for construction was given, with officials only saying they would be built in the near future. The London Knights were in Kitchener tonight looking for a 5th straight win.
Here's Bidgood out of the penalty box. Wilmot shot scores! Big goal scored, that time by the Seattle native.
That was Ben Wilmot's team-leading 5th goal of the season. The Knights' offense was clicking tonight, finding the back of the net 5 times in the first 2 periods from 5 different goal scorers. And after starting the season with 4 straight losses, the Knights have now won 5 in a row. Final score 6-1 over the Rangers. Their next game is against Kitchener again, this time at home, Sunday afternoon. Hockey players from around southern Ontario are in Huron County this weekend for a massive girls hockey tournament. It's the 2nd annual Bring the Heat tournament, featuring 21 teams from as far away as Barrie. Nearly 50 games are taking place in Clinton, Goderich, and Seaforth, featuring roughly 300 young players.
I think with the PWHL, it's really more girls are seeing that and getting involved. Our Heat organization has grown we're at 19 teams this year, which is pretty much maxed out. And last year we ran a tournament that had 12 teams and we're at 21, so it doubled.
And the Toronto Blue Jays had a chance to take a lead tonight in their league championship series against Seattle. It did not go that way.
Another 2-2. It's another fastball. It's driven the other way. It's got a chance. It's a grand slam.
Toronto had a 2-1 lead heading into the 8th inning, but their bullpen blew it, giving up 5 runs, capped off by that grand slam. The Blue Jays are now facing elimination as the series shifts back to Toronto. Game 6 goes Sunday night at 8 p.m. Still ahead, the local boy and his out-of-this-world ambitions. He's a stargazer and now an asteroid discoverer. We'll have that story later on CTV News.
5K a day is back on 97.5. Virgin Radio. Listen to Jeff, KP, and Backstage Ben for your chance to win $5,000
every weekday.
5K a day.
Virgin Radio.
Canada's main stock index closed out the week weighed down by losses in basic materials. The TSX fell 359 points. In New York, the Dow gained 238 and the Nasdaq added 117. The Canadian dollar up 0.07 today. On commodity markets, gold lost more than $91 an ounce and oil up 16 cents a barrel. The Prime Minister announced new measures for border security today, hiring 1,000 new border officers, aiming to crack down on illegal guns and drugs. With more on the pre-budget spending promise, here's Judy Trinh.
but we also have a slew of other prohibited devices.
Examples of illegal weapons seized at the Niagara Falls border crossing. To thwart growing threats, the Liberal government is funding more border security agents.
During the election campaign, we were clear that our borders had to be secure so everyone in Canada can feel safe, and we promised to hire 1,000 new CBSA officers to bolster our border protection efforts.
The upcoming budget will allocate $617 million to recruit 1,000 CBSA officers over the next 5 years, a pledge made by Mark Carney while campaigning to be Prime Minister.
So how many of those boots are going to be on the ground? Are we actually waiting for the budget for this funding to come through? Because we haven't had a budget. It comes in November. So there are actually more questions than answers that we got from the minister's announcement today.
A focus will be on hiring special analysts who can identify suspects connected to organized crime, human smuggling, immigration fraud, and terrorism.
It is very promising. We have to start somewhere. It's something we've been asking for a long time. Our members will be really happy to hear that this is going to come about.
The union representing border guards says the challenges include a need to expand training facilities and provide more equipment like these X-ray machines to agents so they can do more searches.
We don't really examine rail. We examine less than 1%. We have land borders, airports, which really overuse students, where we need to get officers in those positions. It's really across the board.
Hiring these new CBSA officers are measures on top of the $1.3 billion border security plan announced last year by the Liberals under Justin Trudeau. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
The federal Conservative leader is accusing the RCMP of protecting former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau from criminal charges, suggesting the Mounties were involved in a cover-up. As Abigail Beeman reports, these are allegations the National Police Force firmly denies.
Many of the scandals of the Trudeau era should have been involved jail time.
In an interview posted to YouTube, the Conservative leader ripped into his former House of Commons opponent for the 2019 SNC-Lavalin affair and Justin Trudeau's 2016 family vacation on the Aga Khan's private island, as well as how the RCMP handled the cases.
The RCMP covered it all up, and the leadership of the RCMP is frankly despicable when it comes to enforcing laws against the Liberal government.
There's no interference. I don't take any orders from any political individual.
When the RCMP's top cop rejected cover-up claims,
I would invite Monsieur Poilievre to meet with us and to meet with the people who run this great organization.
Pierre Poilievre said he would accept the invitation and double down.
If the RCMP commissioner is now saying that he wants to open that investigation, we're prepared to hand over all the evidence of Mr. Trudeau's criminal code violations.
In this case, the opposition leader is going a bit too far.
This political strategist says there is room to challenge and critique, but to win new voters, Poilievre may want to adopt a more moderate approach to complex issues like the state of the RCMP.
Pierre Poilievre thinks people are fired up about Justin Trudeau. He and his caucus are fired up about Justin Trudeau, but I think the public has moved on.
And to recap from the prior government, the ethics commissioner did find Prime Minister Trudeau broke the rules in both cases, but the RCMP said there wasn't enough evidence for a criminal offense in the SNC case. And in the case of the near-decade-old vacation, even though long pressed by the Conservatives, the RCMP said it couldn't productively pursue a criminal investigation. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Good evening. We will see some cloud cover overnight, but the clouds will break as we head into your Saturday morning. We have some sunshine on the way. 14 degrees at 7 o'clock, 15 at 8, so a mix of sun and cloud. Thank you, Allison, for this photo of Toby. Now, Toby is a rescue. If you're heading out Saturday, you've got a great day. Lots of sunshine to carry us into the afternoon and temperatures well above normal. Strong area of low pressure, though, arrives for Sunday. I'll take you through that forecast coming up right after this.
Welcome back on the desk with Julie Atchison now. And as we look ahead to this weekend, sounds like we're going to get a 50-50 here with a nice day for the weekend and a rainier day. And I think at this point of fall, that's not bad if we're taking 50-50s.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice. I think Sunday people tend to like to
stay inside anyway,
yeah,
keep it low key. Yeah.
watch a football game.
A nice rainy day inside is just fine this time of year.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of being outdoors, Saturday, yes, as you mentioned, that'll be the day to get your outdoor chores done. We have some sunshine and it will be absolutely beautiful. Perhaps you're going to head for a hike and check out the gorgeous leaf color. A lot of those leaves will be whipping around this weekend, so take note. We have some gusty winds in this forecast. If you are doing some raking up of the leaves, make sure you bag them. As Sunday, we could see gusts 60 to 70 kilometers per hour. Today, 16 degrees, our low of 2, although temperatures were quite varied across the area. We did see some more sunshine towards Windsor, Essex, Chatham, Kent, and Sarnia, and that pushed temperatures up this afternoon. Overnight, on the mild side, we will see our area of high pressure move back in for Saturday, so that's good. So what happened today was we had this elevated warm front, so this warm air aloft. It generated some showers at the surface, although there wasn't a lot of rain with it, just that temperature change coming in. Now, overnight, we hold on to the mild temperatures. The area of high pressure, that ridge, will ridge back into the Great Lakes as we head into the day tomorrow. So we are expecting that ridge of high pressure to be with us until we head about Saturday night, and then the clouds and the rains quickly come in. So here's the showers and gusty winds, periods of rain expected. So a cold front will cross our area as we head into Sunday, and that's when the winds are really going to start to pick up. So winds, as I mentioned, initially during the early part of the day Sunday out of the south, 20 with gusts of 40, but as the front comes in, the winds will increase. This is a strong area of low pressure with its center towards northern Ontario, and this cold front all the way down towards the southern plains, which could lead to some active weather. So your forecast for your Saturday, extremely mild. It will be beautiful. That ridge of high pressure moves back into the Great Lakes and we pick up the return flow. So some sunshine. We'll start with a mix of sun and cloud to mainly sunny conditions early in the afternoon, and the high coming in at 22 degrees. We'll rapidly deteriorate conditions on Sunday with periods of rain and gusty winds. We could even see some thunderstorms develop overnight Saturday into Sunday. So we hold on to the mild temperatures Sunday to start, but by Sunday night, the cold front will come in. Then the wind shift west-northwest behind it, and that will usher in some colder temperatures as we head into Monday. And we drop back to where we should be for this time of year at 15 degrees. Tuesday, rain moving in. Once again, another area of low pressure. That'll bring us a reinforcing push of cool conditions for Wednesday with a 40% chance of showers and a high of 12 degrees. Overnight lows over the next 7 staying above the freezing mark. Early next week, anywhere from 3 to 4 degrees at night. Midwestern Ontario, your forecast for your Saturday looks good. A nice mix of sun and cloud and mild. The mild conditions hold on Sunday, but rain moves in with gusty winds, 19 to 20 degrees. So Saturday will be dry during the day. It's Saturday night where the clouds come in. Periods of rain expected Sunday, strong winds. Back into a mix of sun and cloud, a 40% chance of nighttime rain on Monday, and then we'll be in and out of showers all week, likely setting up quite scattered in nature. This will be lake-enhanced showers as the temperatures aloft drop. We'll get that cold flow over Lake Huron, and that will generate scattered showers at the surface, and temperatures a bit cooler for this time of year than they should be, around 11 degrees. 3 to 4 degrees for those overnight lows. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the sunshine for your Saturday and get ready for a wet and windy Sunday. Carlyle, back to you.
Thank you, Julie. A new consumer report has found some brands of popular protein powders contain lead. Canadian health authorities have said there's no safe amount of lead for human consumption. John Venevalley-Rao reports.
Yeah. At Toronto's Studio Fitness, where they help people achieve their strength-building dreams, personal trainer Clementine Nazin often recommends protein shakes, which she drinks twice a day.
Protein is honestly your best friend for any health or fitness goals.
She says they're great for muscle recovery, and at her gym, they ensure the protein powder they use in their drinks is healthy. Concerned about the new report raising questions about brands they don't use.
They should really tackle that issue because it becomes a really important safety hazard.
Consumer Reports tested 23 protein powders and shakes, and it says over 2/3 contained more lead in a single serving than what its experts considered safe for an entire day. In some cases, lead levels were 10 times higher, an issue they've looked at before.
It's concerning that these results are even worse than the last time we tested.
Experts at Consumer Reports went so far as to say consumers may want to avoid some of the products they named and moderate their intake of others. Experts say the concern is repeated consumption over time that could build up lead in the body and cause problems.
It could lead to mood disorders, cognitive decline, kidney disease, and even reproductive problems.
The report found plant-based protein powders had some of the most lead, which is found naturally in the environment, including in soil. In a statement, an industry group pushed back, calling the report alarmist, misleading, and unscientific, adding the levels of lead flagged by Consumer Reports are far below amounts present in many foods, including some fruits and vegetables. Still, some experts say consuming protein powder in moderation is key.
If you want to use them, Consumer Reports is recommending you scrutinize your protein shakes and consume them on occasion. John Valley-Rouse, CTV News, Toronto.
Finally tonight, a young London asteroid hunter receiving special recognition from an international body for an out-of-this-world discovery. As Jerry Dewan reports, his extraterrestrial career appears to be just getting started.
By all indications, 12-year-old Siddharth Patel has discovered not one, but 2 asteroids.
I was really thrilled and excited that I might actually have found an asteroid.
2024 RX-69 and 2024 RH-39 sit in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. The discoveries actually happened last year and were presented to the Minor Planet Center, which maintains the asteroid database used by NASA. After a year of study, they have been designated as provisional asteroids, meaning they appear to be previously unidentified and meet the necessary criteria. It could take up to 4 years before the final confirmation.
After 4 years, I am really excited because I could name my asteroids. And what I'm thinking of the name is a Can Astrocid and Lawn Astrocid for Canada and London.
We were first introduced to Siddharth in August after he won the Dark Sky International's Capture the Dark People's Choice Award for this image of a comet taken on his mother's cell phone. Siddharth's fascination with space started as a 5-year-old as he stared out at the night sky from one of the balconies of the City Place apartments here in downtown London. Soon after, his parents bought him his first telescope. So was it a shared interest with Mom and Dad?
To be frank, yeah, no.
But they were happy to fuel his passion.
The curiosity is something that he developed naturally by himself. We were just trying to support him.
We've watched all those movies with him. Interstellar is his favorite movie.
Once confirmed, Siddharth would become one of the youngest people in Canada to have discovered an asteroid. But he doesn't want to just study space, he wants to pay a visit. He's already joined Air Cadets with the goal of becoming an astronaut.
When you have to become an astronaut, you need 3,000 hours of flight time, so it's better to have all the steps ready right now so that I could progress into my future dreams.
Currently in grade 7, Patel is investigating the education path that will help him reach his goal. Jerry Dewan, CTV News.
And that's it for us. Thanks for watching. For all of us at CTV News London, I'm Carlyle Fiset. Have a great weekend.